This next presentation, we have less than 25 minutes, so I think we need to really pay attention to our time so that we can continue with ESSCA business. For this next presentation, we have Dr. John here, who is going to moderate the panelists. And I think I did a poor job yesterday introducing him. So I think yesterday I was working blind, so I didn't have my glasses, I couldn't read nothing. So I faked it the whole time, okay? So Dr. John Robenawani is a software engineering professional. He holds a doctorate in information technology from Wharton University in the USA. He is passionate about giving young youth strategies to equip them with essential digital skills for secure future, making him a valuable resource for navigating the complexity of digital world. I did myself, when I read the bio a couple of days ago, Vicky, if you can flip a couple of my pages there, I wrote there, I said, something to learn from John. As I go along, it will be how to start a podcast and how to do the scan me thing. So I have an appointment with you and you don't know it yet. Known for his dedications and community-driven mindset, Dr. Wani is passionate for positive, his passion for positively impacting community is truly inspiring. And I think if you do have that kind of knowledge, it's always good to inspire the youth that are coming behind us. And so with that, I really want you guys to welcome Dr. John Robenawani today.
Thank you, actually. That was a wonderful introduction, even though I didn't expect that. I think just to make this very different, I know we have been talking about all important issues surrounding us as a community here in Canada. Very important. If you must have Google, you can manage it better. Some about the needful. Better so time. You don't know about the needful. Wow. Then you start where you are. So today, we are coming to talk ESSCA business. And Sababa Jibani Design. And we are going to have some very well-informed individuals, beginning Uboni Sukamta ESSCA, Wana Sumin Kulu audience in I want you to participate. Yani mabe kun ka this all wahid ya Uboni Su. Ani na izin na bonis na fibe. Fishu numash. ESSCA sana. Unasa nina leo mo bigidri jawab badrugo bitam. Ukaman ana bi encourage itahum continue to su'al because su'al ko is ifatarasta nas. And now let's put into comments. There are more comments. Comments are good. ما في مشكلة. لكن أنا أزو سؤالات تاب. لأنه السؤال ده بيكون تزول جامعة تاك بفكر. And then people will start thinking about how to answer it. So this session we will try to make it short to the point. كان أنا إنه في حاجة تانية كلها طويل. شغل دايت moderating أنا best time people. كلام كان كتير أنا بقدر فلوس. Don't be offended by that. They are now alright? So again, apology on behalf of the team. Can مثلا نوصل بعد الزمن زي ده. لكن I think ربنا عنده قدرة لكل حاجة في الزمن بتاعه. So I think this is one of them. So not to take long, I'm going to call upon our brothers and sisters who are going to be with us here. The first individual I'm going to call is Ustaz Mila. Please join us in the panel. Round of applause, please. Nabi Shaja Badune, Nabi Dugi is ready Hamas. So we want to do Nabi Shaja Badana and the message of Nabi Shaja. So thank you, Mila. I'm going to ask my sister Intilia from Regina is going to join us as well. I'm going to ask our well-known sister Jojo from Calgary to join us as well. And I'm going to have my brother from Edmonton, Sam Lole, to join us. أنا مرة دراسة لكن برنامج بتاع ESSCA. أنا بسأل سؤال مو بجوابه. كان جواب ما كفاية تاني ده بيزيد. كان كمان يتين حاجة تدير أسأله يتأسأله. And then they will try to answer. Like the whole point I want to make is this is going to be an interactive session. أنا ما أزوج تاني بيجي هنا going to كلام ما بيشير. مهم ما كلام ساكت. I'll be feeding us. إذا كان عنده personal problem لكن this is not the place. إذا كان عنده مشكلة بيساعد الناس كلهم this is the place. Alright, thank you very much. That's it. Interior, وقد بدأنا من Regina. She is a mother of 6 children, so she's bringing experience in here. My brother. Sam Lole is one of the active members of the community as well. He currently works with the government of Alberta. His background, so he has a bachelor degree, bachelor degree in sociology, or went to a master's on conflict resolution, and then he is currently a PhD candidate as well, in progress for public policy. You see, so there's a lot of resources in the community going on. Now I'm going to come to Jojo. Jojo is my sister, and she's a tech savvy, technology. So I did the full work of a cell phone. So I'm just going to get that out. This is a little bio about Jojo here, Jojo Paul. I call her Jojo because I like the name. Jojo Paul is Canada Secretary of Information. So they are also Canada. So can fis wala who have the information who fini who back the questions zero answer. And fi kaman fi makta benefit ya babire ina bita secretary. So and then we have a few individuals as well here. So they will be all participating. Okay, in the bachelor degree from Ahfad University for Women, Nasal Bar of Khartoum, fi Jamis into Ahfad. She has a bachelor degree there, and also I think financial services, Alberta Information Technology from Mount Royal University, right? So again, the reason I'm telling this now, feel resource for your community, Jama. Feel more than now, we have to tap to it. So thank you very much for being here in this simple engagement today. As a moderator, I'm going to make sure that I minimize a lot of my interaction and ask you to participate and come be fit. Now, Barnabas the Kul, that ESSCA is coming to this very session. Okay? And we are here. Finazal Mabiyar for ESSCA Canada. What is going on with it? Where are we? As in Namushu. So this is the time that maybe Nabi interact and we discuss. So I'm going to start with few questions, and this is how it's going to go in the panel. I will ask the question. If anybody wants to answer, can answer. And if you feel like you want to add, you can add. في questions ثانيين بيحتاج كده زول ده بعشرة شوية كتير. Like for example, our sister Interior will talk a little bit about role of women بالنسبة لنا هنا في ESSCA في Canada, and then also our brother Sam a little bit of something, and likewise with others. So the first question, I am going to direct it to Ustaz Bilal. And again, feel free in the panel, you guys can jump in, please. As the topic is on ESSCA challenges, and I can tell ESSCA, I mean ESSCA with Canada, not with US. ESSCA Canada challenges, and we want to refocus vision bitana and mission bitana. Finance the hardest is that mind constitution bitana ESSCA. Documented. Vision they should, mission they should. Shall not have the road down. Finance somebody get a meaning that if you want to unite, it amend the purpose. Then what is the point? You see? So, Ustaz Mila, this is the question. I want to reflect on the relevancy of ESSCA. So the question is, why do we need a community organization like ESSCA Canada? Why? Why do we even need it? So please go ahead.
Thank you, Raghavan.
Yes, and feel free, any of the panel you can move around.
Okay, so when I'm talking to somebody, I like to see them in their face. And I will talk more to those ones who are sleeping. It wasn't by choice that we came to this country. Some of us had to flee. And when we got here, we found a country that is very organized, a country that has rules. When I used to live in Kajukeli, nobody called me an Equatorian. When everybody in their place, they are either Kuku, Kakwa, Bari, Mundari, Luluko, Didinga, Lutuko, whatsoever. We didn't care about being called Equatorians. We came to this country. We are scattered all over the place. Life has to go on. One of the things that we see happening in our community is, because life has to go on, we have children, we get married, unfortunately we also die. Let's think about these things that I've talked about and reflect a little bit. When my brother or my sister is getting married, I will invite other people to come and witness the marriage. When somebody dies, most of the time you don't need an invitation, you just go and console them. Whenever people feel like, I'm so bored, they go somebody else. This thing about making an appointment to go visit somebody doesn't work in our community. You just go if you know that they're home. Knock at their door and you're invited in. So all these examples of what I've been talking about, this is community building. We already have community in our hearts. We Equatorians already have the community in our hearts. The only thing is, when there is a marriage, people go for this marriage. They don't know who you are. When there's a funeral, you go to this funeral, you just have somebody died. Who are you? You just find a bunch of black minority people living in Canada, but nobody knows them. Don't we know ourselves? We do. We are very unique as a minority community in Canada. We also need to be identified in Canada. Simple. The reason why we need a community organization in a place that is organized is so that we can be identified by that community name. That is why we need ESSCA in Canada. We already have the community, but we need to be organized so that we can have a voice as a community in Canada. That is the simple reason why we need to have a community. We are already doing all these things, but we need to be organized and recognized. The other thing is, before you get your paycheck, the government has already taken their money. There are also ways to tap into that money. If you are not organized, the government doesn't care who you are. They don't care if you're Equatorians. They don't care if you're a minority. You have to show them that you're organized so that you can get back some money that you pay to the government. That is another reason why we need to be organized as a community in Canada. The other thing is, we are used to extended family. Collectively, if we come together as Equatorians, we can do something for Equatoria. However, like we say, charity begins at home. If we don't organize ourselves here, we cannot help Equatoria. My brothers and sisters, I don't elaborate on why we need to be organized. I don't need to elaborate on why we need to have a community organization. These are the reasons why we need to have ESSCA as an umbrella for us to be able to function as one identity. Today, if you go to Juba, Equatorian, they call us Equatorians. But Equatoria is very large. We have accepted to be called Equatorians. We are going to embrace it. We are going to take it. We are going to be a strong force. So that's why we need to be organized and have this community organization that is called ESSCA. This is a family. It's not going to be perfect. Siblings will fight. Siblings will mess up. But are you going to throw your sibling out? Or are you going to say, this is not my sibling because you fought? No. Family is family. East of West. Family comes first. We're going to stick together. We will stick together and we'll make sure this works. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bella. Fi zaman dai kan zo da wani su kan fi notes ita kutu falata kan fi swallow. We talk about rasa do. Okay, follow up. Okay, again another participation. Kaman kan memory tai go ita kutu fogna save. So I'm going to pass the same question. I know Mela already touched about it to the others, but maybe I'm just going to throw this question to the panel. And it will come on if I get forward. Asana day conference ni marakam. Tisa. Yani fi wahid fi ithnin fi thalatha. Say anihna fi conference day kullu. Anna his gari ESSCA day gifida. Are we benefiting? Now, this question I'm going to throw it here, and I want a very short answer. Maybe to it. How all this ESSCA Canada, we feel that it has been benefiting us in one way or another. Well, a lot. Again, this is a family house now. We have to feel free to share thoughts. So I will ask any one of you. Let's start with our sister Ntendia. Do you feel that benefiting the conference that ESSCA so far has been observed with the mafia?
I don't know exactly. This question should go for everybody because everybody has a different perspective of what they see and they heard, and I cannot speak for everybody. But as a part of this group here, I will tell you what I think. I think, yes, we benefit from this conference. At least we know the differences and the challenge, and also we're here to encourage everybody to get involved. So here we'll put aside the challenges, the benefit, and the office will work when evaluation comes, then we take the good and bad. And for me, there is a lot of information here that we benefit from. Education, mental health, those are issues that's important for us in Canada. Because some of us doesn't know that, unless you have to go individual to the doctor and then you find out. But when we share like this, everybody gets something. And I'm sure we're all gonna go home with something in our mind. This morning I have my brother here, so we were talking at home and he says, he was bored, but he said the education part was good, he said, I like that this education is free, you don't have to pay. So you see little things, they don't think can change somebody's mind. So I think this is my personal opinion. I think there's a lot of benefit on this.
Thank you so much. Now, the reason I brought this question, because it's leading us to the next question. Although, I think I'm directing it to Samuel. Can you tell us some of the challenges of ESSCA Canada?
Thanks, Brother John, and thank you for your attention. Since the establishment of ESSCA, personally, I observed three challenges, major challenges. First one is the foundational issues, how ESSCA came into being and how it was established. And I can describe that as it was established on a weak foundation. Yeah. So that foundational issue, I can describe it as the cloning of ESSCA. Why? Because ESSCA was a clone of ESSCA USA. Our brothers who went from Canada to the US thought that there should be an ESSCA in Canada. Although at that time there were several smaller organizations that existed in Canada, the challenge there was no organizational consultation to establish a Canada-wide organization. At that time, there were challenges of the receptiveness of the organization being established. And some of us worked very hard to make sure that this organization gets established. Although there are disagreements, although there are different perspectives, there's a need for such an organization. The second element or challenge is the leadership. There has been leadership challenges. And I remember in Saskatchewan there was almost a fist fight, which was pretty rough. And that had a major impact on the growth and the development and the progress of the organization. Subsequent to that, I would also say because of the community perception of what ESSCA US looked like, people perceived ESSCA Canada as people trying to establish it as a stepping stone into moving into, if it's political or personal development or other items that people perceive as not beneficial to the community. Number three is the administration aspect of the organization. Conferences are held, but then we have exactly the same spot next year. I'm not saying this that there is a failure, no. There are some successes that were achieved, but I'm just speaking to the challenges as to what should be looked at so that we can refocus as indicated in the plan. We need to revitalize it, we need to focus to make progress. As such, it is necessary to look at this challenge. Number four, I think it was started yesterday, the youth disconnect. Always bring the youth, and then they disappear. And I remember in Calgary, the youth did present a pretty extensive critique of what ESSCA needed to do to attract the youth. But then again, we went back. So we never had time to actually evaluate what was agreed upon the previous conference to see what progress is being done in those areas that were identified. So if we keep going forward, but not looking back as to what are some of the things that we need to correct so that we can actually pursue the problems of the organization. Now, on the youth, the last time I counted those boys. Yesterday here, they were girls. So there is a gap, or there is a disconnect. So maybe it's necessary to revisit those documents that were presented by the youth, so that we can be able to develop a strategy that would help us attract the youth and develop them into the next leaders. Because this is eventually, it's going to happen anyway. So if we don't look forward, then by the time we get there, then there is nothing. So some of these challenges can be addressed, but again, the solutions can come from all of us, and it will include also our participation. So I have one recommendation that I will keep at the end because we'll be tired by recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hassan. Okay, I'm just going to save the best for the last, Jojo, but I'm coming back to Intilia. Intilia would like to bring a perspective inside with Nasawin, our women in general. Okay, how do they feel? What is happening? ESSCA women and roles with right now. Coming to that, our theme with our conference there is revitalization and empowerment. Right. So today we are here to evaluate. Most of you are for the conference that has can fee Regina. Like because of reasons beyond our control, the decision was to bring it here. Okay, and now we are here. So I will give this chance to my sister Intilia on the role of women in particular and some of the things that is necessary to be shared here. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thanks again. The role of women in ESSCA Canada. Women here she's staying. I have long legs and but I'll be there actually. So women are the backbone of the community. We all know that. We're all adult. We're all familiar with things that happen in community. We're all educated, we're all educated people. So it's funny because sometimes you have to repeat and repeat and repeat. But it's not a bad idea to repeat because as a human being, sometimes we need to be reminded of everything. So community is a big place to make us remember everything. So let me just talk about the role of a woman. A woman is important in the community because she is the organizer. She is the one that points things out. She is the one working. If we look at this conference here today, you see the number of women working. See, we're sitting here. There's no man in that kitchen. A woman are working. So you have a big role. Yes, they deserve that. All women are sitting there. They're doing that. That's why a community like this need a woman. We need them. They're very important. But the question is like, what is it that we don't have women active in ESSCA? Why we don't have that? Why is it a challenge? I'm not going to answer that. You need to tell, I need somebody to put hands up and say, you know what, this is what we have. This is what we have in ESSCA. That's why we're not communicating. That's why we're not coming to ESSCA. What is it that we don't come? So I can tell. Do you know? I've been in Maktab ESSCA for a long time. Today I'm a woman here, but I've been for Masir, for Calgary, for Regina, and this ESSCA. And mostly you find few of us that in this office. That's getting the water. And those of course we don't know what's happening. Now the Raisa Kamara, the ESSCA, she's not here. We have people participating last year, they're not here. I don't understand the circumstances that make people don't come. But this thing needs commitment, this work. Commitment is important. You know, community is like when you're getting married, you need to have a home. So that you can have kids, you have bed, you have kursiyan, you have your bed. That's a small community with a bed with that. You know, you go to work, there's a place for work. This group here, I work in mental health. And we have a different unit, and our job is different from somebody else. But why? To secure that place, to secure your home. So, do you know the power this ESSCA Canada have? Are you all aware of this? This ESSCA Canada have a power. If we all work together, if we all contribute together, if we support these leaders, you know, these people, I remember when this issues going in South Sudan, they wrote a letter. That's a power. How many of you here contributed to this mashakil to the South Sudan? But these people represent you. When something happens to Sudan, our voice can be heard through them. Do you understand? Because we are part of South Sudan still. We are part of all the Sudanese community in Mahaladel. We are big part of ESSCA. So, I want you to go today and think about this. Get involved in your community. Can for Calgary, can for Edmonton, can for Redland, all the way. Get involved. This way we protect our families, we protect our children. We know how our children is going through stuff. Our children, they don't have a place to belong. Do you have a center here? Can I our they don't have centers for the kids? Sport. Why they do that? So the kids get busy with this stuff. Kids get to go basketball or whatever, and we do. So women does this stuff. You all know how many here talking Jeremiah, Fikura, for swimming pool, for you don't do that. So you need a place, one place in every city that the kids go there and create programs and play and so I don't know you. I don't know to tell you about why, but the role of women in general is very important. Take it seriously. We need that in this country especially. And these people, I'm mentioning this guy because he did a good job when he was raised in the ESSCA Canada and all this group is here. So they know and they stick with us every year. Everybody run away but they're here. So we need to support them. And our role is very important as a woman. Don't disregard that. You know, we all have a gift. Use that gift. Give it away. There's a reason call it gift. Because you don't keep it to yourself. You give it away. If you know, and everything is matter. If you're cooking, if you're cleaning, if you're going to shopping, this all contribute and then work together. We need this stuff. We need people to arrange. Magali does not study diploma or a PhD. I don't want to see them. What about somebody cleaning this place? What about somebody preparing this place? Every role matters in this community. You are somebody important in this community that's Equatorial. You have a voice, you have talent, you have a gift. Use that gift, utilize it here to benefit us. If you're educated, that's why you need a center. So we bring all this talent and you work on it. So don't give your gift to yourself, it's not fair. God didn't give you that gift to give it to yourself. Bring it here and use it with us so we all benefit from it. Thank you.
Thank you. A big round of applause, please. There is truth and there is something very important to take there. Why women are not participating in ESSCA? Well, the Mavi and Mount with the ESSCA Kitty. Well, the very active for ESSCA. Why? I think this question, some of you will need to answer it tonight here so that we know. She also talked about very, very important things. Calamity, talent, or gift. It is very true. Some of the best countries today being run in the world and organizations, manas be shahadat ali. These are common people daily life with the traits they have. Mon limunas hawlumun nasalidu fikrat monab organization. So here had security in Jibu. That is why في برنامجات نقام بتاع conference day sessions نقولس business نقولس home care نقولس جد ليلة بيعمل فرق. So thank you very much for that. And also I think I didn't mention a lot, but Brother Sam also talked about الفاونديشن الإدارة بتاع ESSCA في مشكلة. We need to know what's going on. So with that, I'm going to move on to the last person on the panel, and then I will open up for people to share. Right? Jojo is a member of the current office. Given us Magaliaki, three fundamental issues when it comes to the administration of ESSCA, when it comes to how the organization is being geared. So Jojo is going to share with us some of the challenges وحاجات اللي تكون بيسمع دقيقة من مكتب ESSCA الكارن الموجود. In the next few hours, probably we are going to dissolve them as well. So Jojo, you're welcome to share some few insights on ESSCA. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Kirana kutu bakara de bei kirana kan kutu notes, but ana ino nas will go to her notes. Ana de kelim kirana. It's just so sad. Lana ka Equatorians bezat fi Canada in, you know, anna Equatorians when anna kan fi Juba anna Giraba, anna we were so proud. And Canada, we becoming a laughing matter. Yani, Anna giru blame. Anna get bored easily. For example, Gibel, fifth sessions, can fi presentation, hajat kida, nasgi tala bara, nasgi complain. Diade kanam tanna zere. Anna jin tanna be complain. Anna mabigeni asma badon, you know. Kedana mashilu kalamde generally, kedana wonusan ESSCA Canada. We came into office in 2002 during the election, during the conference in Calgary. 2022, sorry. 2022, thank you. When ESSCA Canada conference was done, first time country. In Edmonton, I was just like any other person that came. Nas antita gija, friends gija, I never show up, you know. So Namandika was fi Calgary, we need to step up. So it's just sad that Anna fi Equatoria, and they do professionals, and they do skills. You have to be a doctor. You can come in, join, and then we make this thing happen. And the Equatorians, we have respect for each other. And they're united. But the sad thing is, and they do power struggle, especially for leadership to ESSCA. Nas Alkan Gudam leadership, Umon can guide on us Judat Ijan. Shake. One guy we are coming to take over. Like in one of Gali Kaman, Anna Kaman Finas are proud, they give us skills into the office. You know, they are in Mashakil, Alana gives struggle for best, for those of you that don't know, ESSCA president is Miss Honoria Kaka. She's not feeling okay. That's why she's not here with us. Famara Zatu ya wili, come on. And then 90% the ESSCA executive, come on, minus one. So the thing about us Equatorial is, and then they're getting a position, but we don't deliver the services. Yani, then I come to bed like that, mom. Then I be jam jawonus. Like it kanana re jawara, kalas mom haja mom activities. So Anna Zeita from Kaman, Anna feel Galena proud Equatorians. We need to come up. Anna I is only in, but they're volunteer to make things happen. They are the power struggle and they do. For unfortunately, along the way, Finance Jar resigned, Min Magda. So Finance, I think, when Magda handle pressure, they cannot work under pressure. So can Kalam Gija tough? It has been cutting forum Gali, you resign. There are the witnesses stand in Kalambi. I'm so sad that Anna Equatorial, this is what we do. Ita can issue you are elected. Walakanta nominate them Sataki. You have a position. Ita can face challenges. Anna be tackle challenges as a team. You know? Ita my individually best. Bidu guna imkira. Nas take just surprise nas fi news. But long story short, and I'm proud that we're still here. And that the Barab Jumagali be yek, be ganta, la de na was with Fiona. So we were trying to push because this conference is very important to us. There are some other changes here because there's an election happening in Edmonton. For Anna Biru to complain, Anna can choose leaders and be leader. You know, sometimes Anna goes, oh, Anna can John Kalas, here we get the race. Like if John Mami get deliver Anna, you know, 3 years Kalas Anna long in, my John. You know? Being John come on, we just disappear. You know, they begin to stay in 3 years. We will not be here today. For a Jama can elect zone, can make sure who can elect it. Get again, you know, tough. You have to be very patient as a leader. It was Makalam Tanas. It will be good to Kurata Kiti. You have to put your foot down, make the right decisions, and then Anna Buragidam. Fana de Wegifini, can no more blame Badon. Oslo, Ibel Kelimini, Galfi ups and downs, you know. Like in how Anna be solved Kalamde. Anna of Mali Manda to volunteer, Tabarana became Jeremagi Dafa Gurush, you know. But we have to. And again, in Asana Bezat personally, I'm 20 years in Canada. And then it's a little bit of form, Hajat Min Bidaya. Financing in 30 years. We should do better than that. You know, we are all proud Equatorians. Communities standing there thriving. Liana began is the communities that day. And I'll stop here for now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jojo. Thank you so much for the insights. Just for your information, I'm not running for the race, so. Okay, but they are very capable people in our midst. I hope they are going to deliver, like Jojo said. فعلا مشاكل بتاعنا بتاع leadership في ذاك ESSCA is a concept, directly or indirectly. Okay, and what Jojo has been sharing with us here, it is real. Sometimes we get excited. I was in Nakul for months of that. And then down the road, fi Buruda. Us asbab ketir, making min zol desado, or making min nasa jibo of Magdalene, Magisadoza. Oh, we shall get it. You see? So there's a lot of things here that Jojo has been sharing with us, and hopefully, na bonus are them. I'm keeping the time, and as the fata, the questions, little comment, and I'm going to be very strict with the time. Ita into minute one. Alo wahid dagiga. Ziyada min de ita bas masoda. All right. The reason I'm saying this because I'm also in school shari with difference. Okay. So we are going to nabishilu it needs one at the time, and then nabishilu tanine bado. And my sister here. MC Bitana, Achayo will be passing around with the mic. So the questions are going to be thrown to any one of you here, and you will try your best to give answers. Again, we are not here to blame each other. عايزين نشوف طريقة عشان نمشي ده. This is revitalization ده. We want to rejuvenate حاجة اللي كان غلط ده نصلح. ولو غلط لكن بصراحة كده. No, we worry غلط and then that's it. No. And I want to give thanks. I don't know why I kept you the last, but I think that point I'll take it. And I will be honest with you guys. Kan ma Giorgio ma group with an asawin al hawlo kan ESSCA de mafi conference de mafi today. So we have to give them a big round of applause. Now the first time we have a meeting, they actually managas ya jama fi mashakil. Lakin we cannot afford not to do a conference. They push Ijabino. So kudos le Nasawin. You have played a big role. So with that being said, I'm going to take the first question.
Yes, I want to praise for the Lord Jesus Christ first.
Amen.
This is my second time I attend this discussion. This is my second, even though I serve in God, but this is my community. The things I want to speak that as we are Equatorians, we believe in tribes a lot. Everybody wants my tribe to be good. That's why our Equatorian will fail. If we come together as the tribe all in Equatoria, we will be succeed. Our children even, there will be children that we can put them in front of us. This is the things I want to speak. The tribes, if we didn't live, we cannot do anything. Let me tell you, I'm no coach, but I'm telling you, this is the things. And then secondly, we need
you have a question? Because we need a question as well.
Yes, yeah, we need the youth because the youth, let be in the office even, 1, 2. That's why we can do wonder. Because we come here, we bring the children. We don't come here because we are the, I'm the mother, you are the father there, just stand there every year. No, we need the children to be sexy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a comment, I guess. So I will just take some more questions so that we can have a poll. So
yeah, thank you for the panel for giving me this opportunity. My name is Gideon. I'm from Red Deer. My question is this. Before I go to my question, I would like to thank ESSCA for bringing this conference up so that we learn a lot since from yesterday up to tonight, because education never ends. Day by day, we are working for the learning. And we had a lot of sessions here that are so precious for our daily life so that we can put in perspective. My question is this. In Saskatoon, I was in that conference and we had workshops. And the outcome of those workshops, we have some challenges that we need for ESSCA to be addressed. I can give some examples. Our challenge is like our kids or youth now are being deep in criminal activities and a lot in the jail and prisons. And now a number of us, not only youth, but also adults that will now are members of homelessness all over Canada. If you go in any jurisdiction, you can find that. So my question to the ESSCA, so how could ESSCA mitigate those challenges so that can reduce a number of those issues in our community? Thank you.
thank you very much, Gideon. I hope you captured exactly what he meant. He was talking about the challenges regarding our youth in the community and all the issues that we have been encountering, not only in this part of the world, but across Canada. And he's asking, how can ESSCA mitigate this or deal with these things? in order not to reduce some of these incidents and unfortunate situations that we are having in our community. So that's the second question. Is it okay we give them a chance to talk to those two questions so that we don't miss it out, and then I will come back to the individuals who raised their hands.
Actually, I would like to answer the last question.
All right.
Where is ESSCA going? I'm going to leave it to all of us. ESSCA Canada is nothing without ESSCA Edmonton, ESSCA Regina, ESSCA Calgary, ESSCA Ottawa, and all that. Let's be honest. Is there any Equatorian organization in Edmonton functioning? No. Is there any Equatorian organization in Calgary functioning? Yes. Kind of. Is there any Equatorian organization in BC functioning? It's kind of crumbling. Is there any Equatorian organization in Ottawa functioning? No. We are blaming ESSCA Canada because ESSCA Canada is showing up. Where are these little organizations that are supposed to empower ESSCA Canada? It's all of us. We are all guilty. There is no charity that started at home. If we need ESSCA Canada to be strong, we need to stand on our feet in each and every city. You need to start blaming yourself. Think about ESSCA Canada being a federal government. Each and every city or each and every province in Canada is supposed to work collaboratively with ESSCA Canada. It is not happening. Let's stop talking about that. Let's talk about our ethnic organizations in Canada. They are kind of working, but they are not really working also. So ESSCA Canada is kind of the only thing that is left as our identity. If we let this go, we'll be gone. Instead of blaming each other, whereas we know that we are not functioning in our cities, we need to rally behind the dedicated leaders or people who have decided that they can lead us. We don't need to blame them. We need to encourage them. I can tell you one thing. My wife would not wait for my term to finish. Seriously, I had to buckle up and held on until we had our election. It was probably the most turbulence of ESSCA Canada that we had. If I had given up, this organization would have been gone. Like almost 2 years into its establishment, I held in there, and I'm still going to be here for anybody who is going to be elected. So, don't blame anybody, blame yourself. If you feel that you have passion for Equatoria, stand up and volunteer for your community, the Equatorian community in your city, and extend it to ESSCA Canada. We do have city leaders. We used to have city leaders. They are disappeared because there is no organization in any city. It's very difficult for ESSCA Canada to talk to the cities. Honestly, really difficult for ESSCA Canada to talk to the cities. There are no city leaders who can work with ESSCA Canada. Sorry, I just have to lambast you guys, including me. We are all guilty. Today, we need to wake up. Where are we moving next? That question, I'm going to leave it to another person to answer. Sam, you want to answer that?
Thank you.
The challenge starts at home. If you don't have families that are dedicated to helping the community, and you do not have leaders in the community that are committed to working with ESSCA Canada, it's not going to happen. So some of these, although we are talking about ESSCA Canada challenges, all these challenges also trickles down. Now, some of them, the top impacts the bottom, or the bottom impacts the top. So it's a two-way situation. So it is necessary for us, I think, to again revive our vigor to organize these communities to be able to work together. I mostly dwell on the challenges because unless you accept that there is a problem, you cannot try to find a solution for it. So we have to be honest with each other that ESSCA needs to survive. Go back to the foundational issues. And this one may be to the next office. It is necessary to acknowledge that ESSCA Canada does not have membership without the cities. The cities have to be organized. ESSCA Canada has to listen to the city. And the cities have to listen to ESSCA Canada and work collaboratively. The power struggle that people talk about, it trickles down to everybody. When ESSCA Canada tries to tell the cities how to run their affairs, rather than coming, what are you doing? How can we help you? But if it comes, hey, I'm the big brother, well, those stuff sticks in people's brains. I'm not referencing, say, maybe this office or the previous office. I'm speaking in what I have observed, where the relationship is not very cordial. And I can assume it might have had some impact actually on the cities, why the city organization collapsed. Because people say, okay, there is ESSCA Canada, okay, do everything. You can do solve all our problems. But it is not accurate. So maybe I'll go back to the cities and let us stir up again that old spirit that we need to organize ourselves so that we can help each other grow in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sam. Okay, we're going to take some more questions. I will go with my brother here, and then I have a question from my sister, and then later we go to Moses and we go over there. So it's small to the questions that were brought forward, and then we can move on.
Thank you, John. I wanted to answer the first question that says, where is ESSCA going? And something about the party part of it. So I would like to answer with a quote. A wise man spoke these wise words. He said, a wise man speaks because he has something to say. A fool speaks because he has to say something. So that's just a quote. Coming back to the question that where ESSCA Canada is going, and because some people have this perspective that ESSCA Canada is all about parties. I disagree with that. I just want to say that there are few people that are so ignorant. They don't know that there's people here that put in efforts, their time, they show up for meetings, they sacrifice their time to attend a weekly meeting or a monthly meeting to make things happen. So for us, after we have 2 days of a conference, we have to celebrate for that, for the achievements that we put in. I know some people just show up to parties and they just put it in the back of their head that ESSCA Canada is all about parties, which is a wrong way of thinking. But to us, we are here to discuss ideas and make up decisions. You know, it's just sad for us that spend sleepless nights. Sometimes we spend time like 4 hours or 5 hours. All night people are discussing in a meeting. It's just a shame. Let us refrain from saying that. It saddened my heart when I hear that ESSCA is all about party, you know. So we, at the end of the conferences, we always celebrate for the fruits that and the time that we put in. And the second question was about how Equatorians should believe in tribal lines within, like, for us to succeed, we have to come as one people. Of course, we brought the youth in, and we're still planning to involve the youth into the executive of ESSCA, and it doesn't have to be the youth alone. So men, women, youth, all of us have to come together to make ESSCA thrive. Thank you, John.
Thank you very much. Okay, one question. Again, make sure that we are all sticking to 1 minute so I can give everybody a chance.
Thank you for your presentation and answer the questions. I just want to say one thing. We have held ESSCA conferences. This is the 9th time holding ESSCA conference. We noticed that here donations have been given, and we have seen clearly that they are all shown on whatever somebody's doing. And there's no smoke without fire. Things happen that sometimes, I don't know, in some conferences, some people claim that donations were not disclosed. And the office of ESSCA and the leader that was hosting ESSCA conference could not come out and really denounce that allegation. So is it one of the things that really has caused a lot of challenges with the leadership of ESSCA?
Thank you very much. So he was bringing the attention regarding donations that are happening and it's not been disclosed. I'm going to give first here, and then we'll move across the yes, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon. For those who doesn't know me, my name is Anna David. I came from Regina, Saskatchewan, and I work as a support worker. I'm a wife with this handsome man, and I'm a mother of 4 children. I have 3 boys and 1 girl. And I'm really regretted that my children didn't watch those beautiful girls yesterday talking. So to tell everyone that really we benefit from these conferences. Like they are going to school, nasal abiade mabori lomon ashanta bamu dokida etabaga rakida ashanta bosuni kereta mulini lakini kana monja umangeni ni fulata umanayo akhwata mala roa gidam gamulo shino ko bikale ban oh mana ustaz dakakile bana kida uder kabasaka akhara na bamul kida. So we know that conferences for the benefit. 1 hour of gani iya tenda umon dia leaders abukra. So kana makini umon benna and the this is what I regret. They have like summer jobs and blah blah blah, but we have to make sure that next year they have to attend. The second thing, and then Zido Fikalanta Antilia, about the women. Yes, we are the backbone of our houses, and they are backbone to the community, and they are backbone to Hajat Kitir. Can Iyan, can Rujab, can relatives just remain, they can't do nothing without us. Lakin, Anna Kamani, our mushkila. Ashan kan kelimu kali anda grow meeting the community. Munia rais, munia secretary, antilia. Ana beras mana? Muneo is Susan. And brought in Susan because I don't like Susan, because I don't like Antidia, because I don't like Omina, I don't like Mune, I will not be that thing. That's why we are back. That's why we are not going ahead. And that doesn't be unite our. Whatever it is the mushkila mazolde, sibu mushkila de na, and the video was kalapta yatena, kalapta community tena. Kanana man grow, kanana mahibu yata, tileze yatai, and the mamragina. In a vast magatina, the plan graduate. That's one of the barbecue graduation. Madame, let's talk about California. Madame, let's talk about California. Go and celebrate. I love when I hear to those girls yesterday. We have dentists coming, we have a social worker, we have a lot of people who will fight for us in this country. We come up topics and ask about rights and ability. Ask getting about rights about rights. Teachers can cover someone from Madrasa. I can come just they can be strong. My question, how can we be united? Anda kan Muswan, anda kan Rojal, hatta Rojal baru lagi ahli Sumanul. Kan kelimu kan aja tapi kan dia berurus. So dah berurus. Muswan dah satu kali jadi siapa dah belum. So anda ni ahli Sumanul. That's why anda mahu kita. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sister. Really great words. Maybe the Tondovia, but it's going to go to the side. I think we have a question, 2 questions. From our sister.
Let us be honest today.
Hold on, before you say yes, I wanted to reiterate the question. How can we be united? That is the question, given all what she has asked. Go ahead, brother Tondo.
Thank you, brother. Let us be honest today. And if we miss this day, we'll never get a day like this again. We don't want only ESSCA to survive, we want ESSCA to succeed. And when you are elected a leader, whether you assume the leadership position with your cabinet, you are expected to deliver. To deliver services to people who nominated you or elected you. Therefore, any crisis in the Equatorial community here in Canada, ESSCA is responsible. Why am I saying that? If there are no leaders in provinces that will represent ESSCA, Canada is responsible. If crime is high among the Equatorial community, ESSCA, Canada is responsible. Any negativity in community that we don't want to hear about it, we don't want to see, ESSCA leadership is responsible. The blame goes to ESSCA 100%. Any tribal politics within Equatorians in regards to leadership, ESSCA is responsible. Leadership crisis. Why am I saying this? Because if you are in the office, first of all, you have to identify all the problems in the community. And that's how you want to plan it strategically to deal with those problems. Your programs comes from your strategic planning for the year, for example, 2022-2023. You plan effectively to mitigate all the problems according to the problems that are raised by the members in the community. You deal with them. My question is, have you ever had a strategic plan? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brother Tondo. So we have 3 questions now. I think I'm going to pass. There was a few members here, right? Okay. Can you pass? Okay. Let me do it this way. I will come to you. Let's give a chance to that table and then come to you. Because these will always be negative. All right. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Edmonton, for this hosting. Okay. Now, I will go back to what Mira was saying earlier in terms of blaming ourselves and being guilty. Okay. Now, I think since the initiation of ESSCA, And thank God he is here today. I think he was the first chairperson for ESSCA Canada. It is good that he is here today. And then the board, I think the board are here too. Now, I know indeed with the fact that with what is happening in Calgary, okay, my chairman is here, though he said yesterday he's no longer there. I don't know what is going on there too, okay. But we need to be really truthful to ourselves. I think to don't talk part of it. Now, within ESSCA leadership, I don't think we do have transparency. The question asked earlier that where is ESSCA going? And indeed, because what I do know and I understand within the policies of Canada, of ESSCA Canada, Mira is here, or Cheng is here, I think if I'm mistaken, they can correct me. In every conference that we do, at the end of it, all the contribution, there must be a report. And the report should go all to the leaders. All these, I don't think that we have done. To see exactly what have we done with the money. Where did the money go? If I told there's a balance in what the contribution has been done, then where did the money go? And that's the question today. People are saying, people are just here coming up with slides, and that's it. Okay? The point is here, we have to be honest to ourselves. And these questions have to be answered clearly. If not, like as you said earlier, that we have to blame ourselves. I think the leadership within ESSCA take more blame and more guilty. They are more guilty. But we have to come clean to ourselves so that we address all these. If all these things from day one of ESSCA till today, was there any transparency in report to what people give in? And thank you.
Thank you very much. So the question is why there is no transparency in, I think we have 4 questions so far. 3 of them? I think it's 4 of them. It's your chance.
Thank you for giving me this chance. My name is Moses. I'm not going to take long, just brief. I have 2 questions. I know the community or ESSCA Canada was established, I think, for 9 years right now. What we would like to see is, like today, we came here, we want to know the accomplishment. What did ESSCA achieve throughout these 9 years? And the second thing is that we need to see the transparency, because we have election today. The next office is going to take over, so that they know what are the achievements and what are not achieved during all this time. So these are the 2 things that I would like to ask. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, we have enough questions here, and we will move on. Okay, so please be patient. One of our brothers, all right? Where are the donations? Where did it go, if there are donations? And then we have a question of unity, okay, from our system. So the first part of the first question, any one of you would like to jump on that, please?
On the question of how to be united, ESSCA is an organization and has a structure. And in any case, we are not going to get 100% of Equatorians in Canada to come together and agree 100% that this is what is going to happen. You're going to have people who don't like it just because they don't like it. So, to me, I think policy and bylaws could help. If there are clear policies that establish ESSCA, how the organization functions, and how you can achieve transparency is only by policy. So we need to adopt the same principles that we must have a system of good governance. And the bylaws are not sufficient because the bylaw is just a skeleton. But there has to be a development and an establishment of specific policies that address specific issues within the governing structure. Now, if we're talking about donations, or the conference is not ended yet, there is no report. How can you answer this question? These are some of the things that this reporting should be done either 3 months after, that can be published. There is a website, it can be published, we can put in there, and if there are any gaps in it, then questions can be raised. Or this can be documented such that on the next conference, the first thing should be evaluating what occurred the previous year. Now, on the issue of accomplishments, again, this cannot be enumerated, like somebody stands up and tells you everything that has been achieved. These are some of the things that should be the annual reports that comes out of the office. That this is what the office has done, these are the achievements of the office, and these are the challenges, and these are some of the approaches that we might deploy to rectify or to answer these challenges. So let us be practical. That office here is not telling everything in 1 minute. So maybe for the next office is to look at things like, okay, what is the strategic plan? Where they can self-evaluate where we are at. So when they come to the conference, they have some of the answers to those elements that are not accomplished in the policies. If there is a need for a constitutional or the bylaws review, so that some of the items actually become part of the law. Say we need 10% of the leadership must be youth. So this is something that is now a requirement for the office to make sure, or the members of the community, like all of us, to make sure that youth are brought up to be part of the leadership. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just before you jump on the other one, just for clarity purpose, they are trying to share what can be done. Right? Not necessarily when they answer the question of the office, because some of them might not know. Right? So we are here, again, the topic is revitalization. So I want you, comment, thanks to my sister over there, you suggest about their revitalization. So think about that. So that and then next year, so I just want to keep that mindset. Please go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to come here and I'm going to ask Elizabeth, what do you think that we need to unite women? What do you think?
I think each individual has different perspective of how to judge or how to judge problems. So problems are meant to be in our life. Misunderstanding is meant to be in our life. But the thing is that it's not about the problem that is happening. It's about the reaction to the problem. The problem-solving solutions that we all know that we have the skills, we have the gift and knowledge of how to react into negativity. So how you react to the problem is the issues, not the problem is the problem, but how you react into the problem is the one causing more problems into the issues.
Thank you. I'm going to come here.
This is the power of women.
My friend Elizabeth. What do you think, Elizabeth? Like you unite us as Equatorians women, because we need each other, right? And solving problem is not going to be me all the way together. I'm giving chance to Thank you, Interior Roman. This is my friend Elizabeth, Nanasta St. Joseph, Nakatiri, support each other, that's why we're all here.
Thank you, my colleague Interior. Your question is very legit, and to answer that, we need women to be inclusive. We have to include everybody. You know, regardless of their background, we have to include everybody. By that being inclusive, we tag along everybody. Okay? We don't leave anybody behind, okay? And that's how women can, this is how we can grow as women. Secondly, I wanted to answer your question regarding why South Sudanese or Equatorial women are not involved in ESSCA. We have a lot of barriers, okay? But the most important things that I really wanted to say, of course, when we talked about how we're busy or we're the backbone of everything, communities, our families and everything. I believe the reason being was most of us are not empowered, okay? Empowerment matters really, especially to the Sudanese women, okay? Whether it's here or back home, we're not empowered. If we're empowered enough, okay, I'm sure we'll even run ESSCA without men, okay? So we as a community or as women, we really have to empower each other, okay, by being inclusive. That's my point. Thank you.
I'm going to give one chance, one person, if somebody wants to say something. Stay out of this.
Hello everybody. This is just to add on what Elizabeth said. So apart from being empowered, I feel like there's misperception. So there's a misperception.
Yeah, take the other one, yes.
Yeah, there's misperception of many people, like I live in Calgary, that they think that ESSCA is more political, that whatever they invest, any money that they invest in goes to support rebels. So I think we should break that perception that this is not really like, let's just support something that is negative. I think that will really help. And also, I feel like also transparent. I think that's a big thing. Transparency. I'm not someone who kind of takes sides, but transparency in finances. Also what really solves us. There are many women who are single mothers who don't even have money. I feel like also we have to look at the bigger pictures of how much it really does this ESSCA cost. It's so expensive for men. Not everyone is rich. So we have to do all that and look at that bigger picture. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good perspective, good observation.
We want to engage everybody, even if it's a little, because I know a lot of people sitting here, they have ideas, they have what to say, but sometimes time is not enough, or there's no confidence. We're all different, and that's okay. But if we have a chance like this, we give everybody a chance to say something. And when we leave this place, we want you women with Edmonton to come together. We share. I have something here to say. Lack of inclusiveness, Elizabeth Kelly, of feeling excluded and address conflicts with community. When we have these issues and we don't tackle them to discuss as a group, it will generate itself and go further and further. But what I had again, we should take personal issues out of community. When we come to community has goals, have vision, have mission to be, have constitution to be followed. But in general, we bring personal issues to community. I have problem with you, now this is involved, now this is involved. When you have problem, with this group are not coming. You see? And somebody in the community, Susanna is doing it, Susanna Diamond in it, and then now I talk to my friend, this is wrong. We in Canada, you need to be independent mind. Speak your mind. See what is wrong and what is right and follow what is right, not wrong. Even if you're my sister, if you're talking something that I don't agree with you. And then think with that community. Community work is a common work. It's for the benefit of community. Not you, not me, not everybody. We bring these ideas here so they work. Lack of that. And then the other thing, this is when we don't address issues and we don't separate problems. Keep your relationship problems or personal things that show or whatever to yourself. Don't bring it to the community. because follow the guidance, the guidelines with the community. Number 8, where am I? Number 8 is feeling unvalued or unappreciated. This sees the community, these people in the kitchen there, not just ask them and wait there to appreciate them. You all here, not with the Edmonton here, appreciate this work. This work is hard, you know, going to sue, and when things come to the community, you don't call them, you don't appreciate them. Something like that, sometimes when we live here, you have to have a small party to invite all these people and say, you know what, thank you. Because shop on the Edmonton like it is, they sit down the Edmonton Kulu. It's about everybody. That's the thing with the community. Yani lo haja puts hassle because neverani amulu, so malegro le naskulu. Kaza wana amulu ya batal, salakata mofoko. Ika zatu equatoria. This is what happened. You know? So, appreciate people. Appreciate these guys here. Appreciate him for his work. Appreciate me for coming from Regina with my mom and my daughter and my brother. Yeah. So this is just an example. You don't have to appreciate me. And then also feeling disconnected from the community purpose values. You know, because of this reason, people become disconnected because they're not included. And as I said, include everybody because everybody has gift, everybody has idea and talent. Bring them here. You need to know. You need to know the community. Well, it's not the community. Please don't come here and confuse us. Some people are confusing. They come to community with negative energy. And they leave that energy there, and it's like school. Know yourself. You know, community is not for everybody sometimes. Because some people just bring negative energy. Oh, we see why we're not judging people, complaining. You know, no, you're not helping. Okay? So, feeling overwhelming, and burden, complex values, belief, personal issues, trauma. You know, people like Elizabeth, she was overwhelming this morning. Susan is overwhelming. I know again. She want to go home and Abdullah. Why? Because when community work becomes the zone, it's overwhelming. Especially when you're dealing with European. And especially Equatorians. These people need to deal with them. It's very difficult. So we help each other so people don't become overwhelming. Because when Elizabeth next time at the conference, she knows it doesn't go around. Okay? We have this attitude of bringing people to office. Now, John cannot do this work by himself. Work with the community, need people to come together and work with him to support him. When he got for meeting, when he need money, all that stuff. Calling people. So you need to have people working with us to office. But you don't show up, you don't contribute money. And then later on you want to blame, say, okay, you ESSCA, what did you do? It's stuff like that. So, we're here now in this country. This community belongs to us. We need to improve it and empower it so our kids can benefit. So one day when we're not here, they know who is the Equatorians, what they do, the legacy that we have from our grandparents and people, the thing that keep us until today together. There must be something, there's a purpose that we need to find a purpose. So I'm Anagoro giving it.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tia. Somewhere please the Karama and Tia Gaga. The Karama for Tia. And me no one is there. You don't put up before. So be patient because Commander Gamo timing. Please, Yama and I know you want to express, but get to the point. So I only wait for Satani just to follow up with some of the questions because there was some questions regarding strategic planning with transparency. These are the two. So if you can speak within that, that would be great.
Thank you, John. And I was Secretary of Information. Yani kan Jaffe Hokuma and I spokesperson to ESSCA Canada. So can hear question Gijan and I only answer. Awe. One of us Magitole Mono, then as Mila Kamani. So we issued donations, my contributions when Kalamta transparency, my accountability. So ESSCA is a not-for-profit organization. And need to structure. Yanana mana sa shwa isake. And need the secretary tana to finance. We are going to Burush. For Diamond can go mulu conference fi financial report kamulo. Lakin ashana junubin anna equatorial special can go mulu financial report. Nafdal kalamta kun ketir anna dera la bohafla. Ita kun magas makalamta gurush kan jakam nasi samelu kam bagi kam ita kun magi kutubala ita kun der rush fi hotel al der fi bed dora libisu der jala bohafla. Yala kananna jakira de gali kam fi gurush amulu gurush mar buwe nas de haramia nas da kul gurush tanna. Ita kumar fanda gi jere godochino. Achanana be provide breakfast. Achanana be provide lunch. Achanana be provide later con dinner or hafi. Mahal sake halana gi geni venue ne gida fa gurush. Microphone halana gamsu kode gida fa gurush. DJ everything fee expenses. Fee report gamulu. Ukunyon karamulu conference. Financial report there, Anamaru Bako Talabara, but he usually does the financial report. Ukaman Shinufi website and the ESSCA, he could do financial report in that. Bigger mobile for donation, they come on al Jajake, Gija Sadu, Wapin Fi Mila might elaborate on that. Fi account ESSCA, Fi Talata Nashino, Gisai, Yanyajiri Mazol Wahi. Secretary General, Ms. President, Financial, Secretary. Yani ita mabagdaro fi banki galta gurasara gurush. But I don't know where this is coming from. I just wanted to make that very clear. Ita can fail galifi donation kutu gurush waduru ita vijala naka office. Ana ka spoke lady alela and they make karamde very clear. Ana diamond gas magali gurush ba gurush. But Gurush is out to Yana Gako. One of them tell him Kira Kaman. Kalamta Gurush Kulugijalana. Because Anna Magida for membership fees. Asakana Saruna Sinikulu. Kamna Salgida for membership fees every month. Well, a year. Because Gurush can't get a membership fees there. Yabi facilitate Lana Hajar. Thank you. Thank you, Ochi. I think few people are the one doing that. So I jamaa kalamta Equatorial kalamta corruption ta South Sudan biga daka lo fi bal tanna anna bes bonus kalamta gurush all the time. Zol al fil gal fi gurush akulu wala chino, they need to come meet with us as an office. Ukaman fi belede their reputation ta zol. Kanta kelim gal fi zol akul gurush over their suite. So let us be mindful of that, because Kaman Bagdad, defend nafs at one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jojo. Again, just so that we answer the question, there is a strategic plan question to benefit transparency or achievement. So I will give Wayakil Fursa Libera to the point, and then I will take some few questions. Laan Zaman Bitana Kaman Indian program Tani coming after this with the elections.
Georgia, thank you. To be honest, not a dime in ESSCA. During my time, Alana in Galibodo, and Mervat she's here, she was my Secretary of Finance. We had report all the time. The process of finances for ESSCA, we have 3 signatories: the President, the Secretary General, and the Finance Secretary. We made it so hard that it's very difficult to discuss money unless if 2 people sign a check or 2 people walk into a bank. And to disburse the check, also have a form that has to be signed by the President. That form has to be filled out, the purpose of the money, and the check number, and that has to be signed. All these documents should be available for you to review. The other thing is, I believe it should be article number 14, auditing. If you feel that ESSCA Canada has not been audited, you have the right as a member, remember, as a member to request for ESSCA Canada to be audited by internally or externally. So you have the voice to do that. I needed to just add to that. I need to speak about achievements of Canada. This volunteerism, it takes a lot of time and energy. When ESSCA Canada was formed, there was, I believe, ESSCA USA and ECO UK at the time. These are the global Ecuadorian communities that were existing at the time. So we came together at the time. Kwaje Madiba was the president in US, and then Frederico was the president in ECO. So we were like, okay, these are the some three giant countries in the world, globally. Why don't we talk to Australia? We spoke to Australia, and then Australia formed what they called FECA Australia. And Joma Piripiri was the president of the FECA Australia. And we were like, okay, why? We found that there was ESSCA in Norway. So we brought in ESSCA Norway. I mean, they don't call it ESSCA Norway. It's an Equatorial community in Norway. There's one person here in Norway. So Dr. Stanley Mogab became one of us. He was at the time the chair of Norway. We decided to expand. There was Denmark, we brought in Denmark. There was Finland, we brought in Finland. There was Norway, brought in Norway. So at this time, the global community of Equatoria leaders is called Euclid. I am an ex-official in that forum. So these leaders, they deliberate about Equatoria. So that is what is happening. ESSCA is trying to unite globally, but to be honest with you, their constituents are the problem, they are dying out. But still, that Euclid, it's still going strong and it's continuing. Inside ESSCA Canada, before we left our office, we had a policy for scholarships. That policy, we passed it on to the next office. But here's the question: that policy would really work, but we don't have the finances to be able to give to the kids. So the board had passed a policy that we need to give scholarship to some of our kids, and it spelled out very clearly who can qualify for the scholarship, how they can apply for the scholarship. Some of the things that we put in there, we put them purposely that the parents of the children have to be members in the Equatorial organization in their own city, and they have to be members in good standing. They have to be doing this. It was like there was a few things that had to be like ropes that had to be tied. So not everybody would really qualify for that. So in a way, we wanted to like encourage people to become very close to the Equatorial organization. The other thing that we also talked about was there was another project that we wanted to pass on, and that was the mentorship program that I talked about. And again, I'm so happy we talked about that, and that mentorship program is going to continue. What we wanted is our kids to be able to benefit from some of our talents, the experienced people who are doing things. They should be able to bring down that knowledge to the kids. So that is something that should be able to continue. The other thing is that we are a non-for-profit organization. When ESSCA was running, we got so much political organizations trying to solicit our constituency to be able to back them up. We refused. ESSCA Canada said no, and we said no. We united with ECO, we united with ESSCA USA, we united with FECA, and we said no to this political organization. They cannot use us as pawns. So as a non-for-profit, and in a way we are also, in Canada, if we need to report to Canada and we are non-for-political, you have to be not-for-profit and that's it. So in a way, we have our stress as leaders with all these other political people who are trying to tap into our constituency. So you need to give the leaders a break. They are doing some work behind the scenes. Even if it's not visible and you can see what they're doing, they are working somewhere. They are doing something. I know for sure that Ocheng is a member of Euclid, I am a member of Euclid, Dr. Ulu is a member of Euclid, Onala is a member of Euclid, Alex is a member of Euclid. Everybody who has been in leadership in Canada is a member of Euclid. Either active or ex-official, they are there. We know what's happening. We talk to each other as a global Equatorial leader. Soon, whoever is going to be elected, Dr. Rubera here, whoever is going to become a member of Euclid. I don't know. So now let's talk about where we wanted to be. Tondo brought up this wonderful thing. The one thing that I was hoping to achieve in the 3 years was a unity of Equatorians in Canada. That was the strategic plan for 3 years, Tondo. We added that. Lemmy, who was in Calgary, sometimes in Edmonton, in Ottawa. Lemmy was my deputy, and Erko was my secretary of finance. So we started reaching out. Lemmy was able to talk to people in Calgary. Lemmy was able to go to BC, and Lemmy also sometimes came to Edmonton here. Erko was able to talk in Regina. I was able to travel to Ottawa, and I had a chance to be able to travel to Kitchener, but that didn't work. So we were hoping to be able to reach out to all the various cities during the 3 years to be able to rally Equatorians so that we can be united. The question is, we never had the finances to be able to achieve this. It still comes back to us. Are we supporting ourselves enough to be able to achieve the unity that we are looking for? We can't. We cannot do unity like on Zoom. We keep trying. It doesn't work. But if I'm talking to you face to face, I'm looking at Tondo, I can see whether he's receptive or not. Sometimes on Zoom, people cannot see them. They don't come live on Zoom. You don't see them. We wanted to be able to reach out to all these various cities in Canada to be able to talk to people so that we know that the unity that we wanted to achieve is working. That is still what I would like to encourage the next office to do, to try to unite Equatorians here. Let's try to support them to be able to travel all over. Remember, we are only supporting them with finances, not their time. They have to take time off from their family. Some of them work weekends. They will have to take those weekends off to travel. They are putting in more than what we are giving them to be able to travel to unite the Equatorians. It is your responsibility, it's my responsibility to see that we are united if we support the next office that is coming to run us. It's not an easy responsibility, but what's $5? How many people drink coffee here? Hands up, please. Hands up, please. Hands up, please. Okay, you know what? It's only 2 cups of coffee. Just 2 cups of coffee a month. Forgo those 2 cups of coffee. Send that money to ESSCA Canada. If you can do the $60, that's even better. If ESSCA Canada has the money and they are not doing the services, we can ask them why. But if they don't have the money, trust me, I'm not going to ask them. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Madam. So a little addition here from Mervyn, and then I will take 3 more questions, and then we will wrap up. Okay?
My addition is for Onesimo because you asked about the donation. So,
microphone, we can't hear you.
Hold on, we don't want to do clarifications. Are you suggesting that you're giving a comment or you're answering? Okay, please go ahead.
I think the question has been misunderstood. Is about city leaders who are hosting ESSCA conference and they received, there was an allegation that they received
donations,
and then they were not able to disclose. And that becomes a problem for city leaders to go ahead that ESSCA has been marked as a corrupt organization. And this is one of the things that we would like ESSCA Canada to come up to explain that clearly to members that nothing of that can happen.
Okay, so now you're clear.
Yes.
So just to add up, because there is lots of issues and lots of questions and concern about in the WhatsApp. So I just wanted to clarify that ESSCA, Secretary of Finance, Min Zamanalana Amsoko, all the reports are there, were passed to Gloria, and Gloria, all her reports were there, were passed to Bako. So Bako has everything that if anybody into mushkila or into concern can just come to Bako or just send like what Jojo said, you have to voice your concern and say, but Anna Magakul Gurushta Ayazol, okay? And then we came with Mila Kellen. When Mila came to Ottawa, I had to pay from my own money for part of his ticket to come to Ottawa in order to come and talk to people, to come and talk to Equatorians who didn't want nothing to do with ESSCA. So I paid from my own pocket in order for him to come as I convince people to join ESSCA. And in the end, nothing happened. We are trying our best. So, as everybody was saying here earlier, this is a good time for us. This is a step forward, not 10 backwards. Because every month, well, every year, we are going 2 steps, Gidan. Everybody is trying. Nasta office, the finance, and in fail, and I'll be Jawagif, Bijakan Galana, there is Taka, Badishwa, and Jere Bufutu. Kankalas, Asuro for Kornaini, Kalaso Bibaga Jere. I'm to be part of it. But whoever, like those ladies, Gini, they stood their ground. They stood because killing us, they wanted to serve their community. And like what accusation which were brought to Bako that he harami or Akul Gurush and whatever. I'm going to say, I know very well, I'm not supposed to say it, but I'm going to say it. Somebody called Bako Harami, Akul Gurush. He did not do this, he did not do that. But at that time, when I did a conference last time was here in Edmonton, I was supposed to be here, but because of my own issues, I couldn't. Bako and Elkov, both of them, they took my position. And they did everything together. And in the end, Elkov himself did the financial report after he received all the papers from Bako. And then after that, now he is calling Bako Harami, Oma, Amulkida, Oma Amulkida. And at the same time, he is the one who did the report himself. And one time I remember, there was a question about the reports in how do you call it? Through the WhatsApp. And he himself put that report on the forum for everybody to see it, that he did it. You can't come now and question it. I wish he was here in order to come and answer questions, because it is not right to accuse somebody that he is harami of enough someone. This is the good thing. This is the good thing that we are now changing. Doing conferences in hotels. We are doing it in a community center where we are saving money. So this money has Alina received this time. This money will be used for something better for our community. Like each time, we did a conference in a hotel where we had to pay lots of money. But now we can save. Now we know better. And we have to really do something about not accusing people like Gijageni for leadership. And also, for election. Zola is next to the top. All be checking out. Well, all be Jerry and Suro for corner. pursue your position. It again is a mahantaki, listen from wherever you are. Like in Kantar of Nesotaki, you are a community person and you wanted to do your work, you come, you're welcome. I is all welcome. Like in Kantar of Nesotaki, you don't have tolerance to your own people, you stay in your own. Get it in a habitat.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you. Sum up everything. I think I'm just going to take 3 more. I will give a chance to one of also our important individual in the ESSCA institution, William Acheng will say a few things, and then I will give the questions, take the questions from people.
First of all, I'm talking on behalf of the first board to ESSCA when ESSCA was created. Fi mandate Alkan Odile Maktab Tanasimela with our support to get it done. And most of those things really were done, as Mela said. Some of them he didn't even say. Fi Wainaja, immigration we were blocked completely. Zaman and conservative Jaffe Okuma for Ottawa, Madu Jubin Kirijay. What we did in Aralokuma to Canada, Nagalile. Itaulisa mashakil vile na vibele kireta mfata lena sena da tabalinde kirejibu. So zaman liberals jana mo comprehend lena ita ina sita kuna city sena de fina sena Jordan. And this is one of the one of the achievement and office amolo lakini zama. Fika na sina kibu na somo geride. Fika kavina san Jordan kaljafi Medina kidar vida fo. Yada in Halifax Edmonton, like Vancouver, in Nascota, as a community tenant of Vancouver, because of some of the organizations. As an individual, nobody gonna listen to you. Like in it, as ESSCA, I remember I met the Minister of Immigration myself. I met the Minister of Citizenship. But basic tackle. Can ESSCA Mavi and I'm back there, Ragabil as the chair of the board. Not only that, Milame failed to mention the Moruta youth. When we started in Winnipeg, one of the mandates was to organize our youth. In Najafi Edmonton, we moved a step. In Arafi, Saskatoon, that was big. The youth were given their place, they planned their thing. The first conference I used Kanini, Jamuluwen, for Edmonton. At the end, Yadena was some advice, Jali Jali, Kotori Odino Sunu South Sudanese. Like in the Bekiratako, the Equatorians are meant for 3 conferences. Those are some of the, some of the things maybe Milad doesn't want to brag a lot, but this office, I'm on a lot. As the chair of the board, I can attest to you, can be Equatorial organizations and Magakulu groups, the ESSCA. You oversee groups alone gives men. Right now, we know how much contributed for conference. Get up, Gurus, Secretary of Information, Secretary of Finance, go update Naswali. Filan Davakila. As in now, Gurus are collected come, when they start will come. Fimahala Tanim to graduate in Cousin and Tangi, what you say for scholarship there, because in the canal of the hotel, Gurus are in get up less than Gurus are in stamina. Played one the last time now Vancouver, almost $70. A play, le banquet. So that's why we started moving in a Canberra. That's why we have a membership. Let us bring it females so that Kurusani the father Nabika the Saduma a community. And that is another way. That's why they have a membership. So I will conclude by saying the policies can come and and that organization never gets second without policy. It is a professional organization. My organization is Ashwa.
Thank you very much, Oji. I'm going to take 3 more, and then we can conclude. Please make it very short, and then the back.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you panel for the valuable information. It answers I'm not going to ask a question. I want to urge us as Equatorians, let's mindset. Let's change our mindset. ita kan gigum folk ita zo asalu soal kede fekir fi soal ta kide yala ita pose soal because it matters the way you say things to people. Nasal fi maktab de ESSCA de umon volunteers. Kan ita gasalu soal ita masalan soal ta transparency ke limwini ketir kalam ta gurush. Instead of saying gurush wa wen will it be accused galizol haram yako no gurush makeda asalo given nasa zola wonu sini kalamta justice de gali the justice system you're presumed not guilty until proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Itama bikeli galizol tani harami ligo itama is bad. So kanita kitaba kalamde kirefe kirfirasta kina ita kuona su kalamde ita is bad. Well, it is asked for tarafilla, gali, and then you make a claim that that is a fact. So our mindset needs to change. Ita kan gasa lo soal, will it also challenge haja, put it in a way that it becomes a recommendation for the current office, next office. The one last thing I want to say, and the organization standard Junubin Magi succeed li anduna magi humble ourselves to learn. We are not experts in everything. You cannot be an expert in everything. Never. Nas above your office then nas getting mind to skills ta shogola de shogol ta finance ara ki run organization budget to 8 million a year. It's not an easy job. Zona gida kalo volunteer fi shogol ta finance need training. Kelen na jibu training saadu nas de fi maktab de ashan kelo wana mulu shogol kwezi. Organization mageraba fi yom. It takes time. Umbari nas makalami ni gari capacity building. Akutana ni wonu sukalamta capacity building. We need to humble ourselves to really open our mind ashan kelen na build capacity tana. ESSCA can become an organization that actually hires people. Lakini na magi kutubalta na fi hajat. So let us be constructive criticism fi community tana so that nakanai no haja makura kwes kele na maja na twali be stone people gali those people are doing bad things. Maybe so le gamol goturgua to so kanana guy no kalamdi makura kwes sana bijana ke gali aho ya ofte kene fi training tani kida kelana kutu training tondo kibel wonu su kalamta strategic planning fi munini amolo course the strategic planning tondo ita kanara fi kalamta strategic planning. Why don't you organize a training? We are all building this community as a collective. Kanana kija kile ngali haja de makura quest ana kanidu solution ana bander volunteer solution taide ana bukutu fi table yala kama naskele good open. These two presenters hawana jibu fi conference. That was my contribution. Let us be open to supporting each other. Let us bring kibel kalimini galin na kuli into gifts. I usually do gift barabara. Haja lita indune itaru can be feel community ne kibu kutu vitarabeza. Yala kan naskeli mugalela anaweza tia shakla le rasa ikeli mulade because ne naru gal haja de be feel na community. So attitude tanda is very important. If we cannot change this attitude, daga de mabikalasu. ESSCA de mabinaja. Fi success and now kelena build on the success that we have so that we can continue but please let's change our attitude and be positive people in this community. Thank you.
Yes, okay, 2 more please and then we wrap up. Another one, yes.
Thank you.
So open with an hour and then it will come to you, yes.
Shukran, my name is Margaret, I'm from Calgary. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Yani, me and my ESSCA exist. Taban this suggestion, first of all, I'll go this suggestion. Me and my ESSCA exist. Miracle race, Ochinkan Fehenak, or someone Achere. But if you bongomin, then as I can maskin office. Fi conflict hasil being a woman أنا ما أعرف كان هو نحاول حلو المشكلة ده ولا مشكلة ده التحليل تطوم الموصل فوقه ده حاجة كبير كيل إسكا لحدنا هذا ناس ما بيروسوا لتحليل الكلام ده كل ما أنت بتتكلم لناس join ESSCA في 2016 زمان عملوا conference هنا أنا ماسكين أنا we try to convince people to come and join ESSCA. These people they look من ما قالوا فايدة ESSCA من قالوا في conflict اللي حصل within اسمه شنو within administration زمان ده. فsuggestion ده كده we have to come with a constitution إنه ناس الإيران office كانوا ندوا personal conflict تطمن وناس ما يقدروا يوصلوا solution let them step aside. This is what should happen. Let them step aside. لأنه كي لفت نظر ناس قايلوا تقول بقى بس هناك مشاكل ما في أي development تاني كمان. ده suggestion تاني.
Thank you.
وتاني مشكلة القوة نسوقل transparency في كل conference ناس قودي financial report but I think there is only one sitting up to now more the financial report. And who 2017 conference took place where in Saskatoon. Now for the first time I'm donors and now and contribution to the flyers. And who conference and now finance donate. Why they get it? Like somebody can correct me on that one. They are a donation and for me, given can go to Suga financial report, and I'm going to see a conference that took place in other cities, but only in Saskatoon. We never seen it and nobody reported. We don't know why. Maybe somebody can answer it and thank you.
Thank you, sister. Our brother there?
Yes. Thank you very much for the chance to answer questions. Yeah, I'm going to ask very quickly regarding non-profit as ESSCA we know. I wanted to know if it's registered, why are we not getting any receipts so we can be able to claim during our taxes? Because I know I do have a lot of friends of mine at work who are willing to donate money as long as if it's a registered organization. If we do have that, do we have it in a way that you can issue receipts to the companies that are willing to donate or what?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, okay.
You want to slate up on the Arabic? I had a saving. And I am in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And I got me given the Kungi, talk about Ian, if you stop on it. Tahuki carrying this pardon said, can now move on. Can now forgive Hayata Kulu Hasi. Can now put some Hayati. Can now see play Tilanda Molokida. Conference kan في Winnipeg, في conference kan في Edmonton, في conference kan في Calgary. Kita nama grow up. فأنا قاعد أقول لك تتاي different من تتاكم. أنا من كبر قاسم تكون كورس أنا كلام نفس الكلام هذا واحد ده نكلي فوق أراو نكلي جفوكو ما فوقو فايدة. كده نقول باب كله أنا فتح باب جديد. زور الجيجا في المكتب ده وكده شيلوا المكتب ده أنا جاي وين بكتالي تستنى قرارو كنا فوقين حاجات كله حصل كنا راجي ده.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Pass it to yes, please. Sorry.
I'm in a quadras. Quadra Tarkara. Then again, get up. I'll hire Kilma, Victoria, and my United, my Decada. Victoria is United. Then Victoria Macal is Zoltan Mark, you are Madafunu, as a Numa, you know. Victoria is there, and the bigger, and they are there. Let us talk positive, not negative. Let's say Victoria unite, so that we unite. Victoria, cool, like a United, that's Virginia? No. When they usa the finance, I don't understand. The members or the General Assembly, is it they have right to see the report or no? As asan gibel zol salada masal anakal kursu hoder ul kursu kida is asking about the report of finance market man. Lakin al answers yeah about kursu hoder kursu maakulo. This is not the question. Because was not the question. So let us see that. And nine may pun wali bi ayat. Kaya gibel ufurna sal kalam le lakin won Pihaja masana gibel gala ke financial leadership they fail mother handle haja then they quit after people make mess to them you mess up with the people and people get mad so they quit and today you claim that ita malaika ita poison and then you declare you ita man hofra de aku as a who belong to Bana, as it be done. This is not good. Let us respect ourselves and then.
Thank you very much. One last here, and then I will give my brother Gideon here finally, and then the chair of the organizing committee will say one thing and we conclude. Roger, on the other side, please.
شكرا يا جماعة اسم تايا روجي أنا من كالغري أنا بس عندي سؤال هنا طبعا إسكا ده عنده 9 سنة أنا ما إنه حاجة جديد منه so basically النهارده أنا أشوف عدد بسيط كل مرة إسكا قاموا عدد ناس كتار but أول مرة أنا النهارده عدد ناس بسيط so حاجة لنا منكم أنا كل مرة نجيني الحاجة اللي بتاعها برا بكرة حفلة يعملنا ليجو أنا نوتو كويس وايد عملوا إكسرسايز تو خلاص أنا جينا في زمن تاني في حاجة تانية كلامنا وريلي تكون كوميونيتي أنا ما براوي إيكوتوريا في برا هناك في دينكا في نوري هناك جماعة كنغامو الحاجات تومون is organized ممكن تلا بنتيجة لكن تانا زي ما ممكن ندالنا برا أنا شنو أنا نيوم ناس تأكلوا حاجة قريبة أو تلا في كورة دي تلا يلتم الفتو تلاو إيكوتوريا أو ناس قاموا لكجور تعرف ليه؟ أنا بعرف ونس لكن كأننا بقدر أعمل حاجة عشان أنا بقدر أساعد نفوسنا ولا أساعد عيال نو يعني ممكن عيال صغار أو دايما كده في شو أنا قاموا في فيوتشر العيال دي كأننا نقول حاجات أنا براويني أنا ما أقدر أعمل أي حاجة العيال دي هسه أقرب حاجة في واحد اسمه قرقر عندنا في كالغري ومنا بعرف كلام ده تلاو قروش باسم السودانيس as general زول ده تلا منه قروش وفتح مولك استو and you guys know كلام ده ما في زول move براو كوميني تومون ممكن يسابورت نفسه توم قريب ده كورة ده قاملو زول ده تلاو له budget من سيتي جيبوا ناس سودانيس كله جيبوا ناس CBC News itakuwa wewe limu nafsa tomo nenda barao ya jamaa kinana grow up da haja lana der bele tanna nas ki kore ya bele kifutu anna yini na mabbe limu yala ke bana ba shakla against nas tani kiranna ma no galo khode ga amul shunu nas der wa against so kira ita kun idea lo indu kiranna nas midu ida haja lo ba amul koise bijibu lana faida del haja na der kiranna ma gini bes bonus zede nas der ay of kurus der awen maro awen kede midu takun grip ay takun fi office na fishunu sema kalam gibel fi sista tani kelimini zol alwar fo indu gelba kois oder ja fi office ni ita tistahmil kalam al bitalao kanita arami ita sahara ita shunu ita bikuni do answer qira ita udil zol ita mata tala zalan tabijara hajat lenas this is not the way itaay tala ita kutu nafsa take fi mahali ita btistahmal fi kalam al bijal ita كيف وانت بقدر استعمل انت بقدر ودي اجابه لزول ده حاجه بسيط حاجه لنا داير منك يا جماعه كده نمون كتير حاجه لنا داير كده جا ميدو ايدا سوا كده نعمل حاجه اني واحد فهمت and then we can go far let's take
thank you so much thank you one video here and that's it I'm coming back to the panel oh yeah I will give it
yeah thank you once more Yeah, thank you once more. شكرا للمنبر
أنا بس أنا أقول حاجة بسيط بس يعني أنا كده challenge member next year أنا جبالي يقول إنه خلينا شنو خلينا بس نسأل سؤال خلينا ما نجيب suggestions.
نعم.
ما جبالي كان كلامنا كان زين في الأول يا لحد ما إنه أخذ دايما رجعنا لما نقول خلاص خلاص في شنو؟ في شوف سبيل لشنو؟ لسجشن. فده كلام كويس. فحاجة اللي أقدر أقول هنا إن شاء الله المرة الجاية في الكونفرنس الجاي والله يا جماعة الوقت مش يوم للناس. Give half of a day so that we can come like that. So that we can hear from each person in and out so that we can benefit from it, you know. ده كلام مهم لا شنو ناس يا شنو ناس يا ذاته ناس يا هذا حكومة شفت فحاجة ثانية أنا بقول مكتب هنا إن شاء الله مكتب الجاي مكتب هنا الماشي ولا عمل بسيط ده لكن بس شنو كان بيصير منه لا أنا كان في حاجة أنت بتجرب الناس بتاعك يا ما تسكت لا الناس بتاعك بديك شنو معلومات عشان يرفعوا your people will give you ideas, fruitful ideas so that you can do your best so that to serve them, you know. And the other thing, the office has to review their blueprint or policy that can come from the ESSCA to the provinces and to the cities, so that for the follow-up, you know. But we cannot just stay like that and then waiting for the 1 year. You know, we know that there is no budget for that, but there are lots of budgets here within the people. You know, if you come to your people, the people can help you to progress. But if you don't ask, then that's a problem, you know. And then, before that, you have to explain your policy, explain your blueprint to the people, you know. About the report, I have to say, but the report, I have to give another suggestion. Bring the hard copy during the conference like this. Give to the people. Because I have seen so many presenters here, they have some papers I think. They say that there's a paper there, you go and take. So, like the legal one, you know, she said that I have some papers here. If you want, you can take it. So that's so important. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Gideon. Very, very important recommendations from Gideon there, and I hope, Yajama, just for information, all this information is captured in the video and the recording, so that Officer Ijale, they take these points seriously.
John,
so it's not lost.
John,
so,
can I just can you just give 1 minute to the guy from Norway? I was just talking to him. And
I understood ECOWAS has been established for 9 years ago, and my question to the executive committee and the board, if they can answer, is how many times did you review the performance of ESSCA in the light of its vision, its mission, and its objective? And what learning did you get from that? Because from the organization perspective, every 2 or 3 years you review the organization and see what is functioning, what is not functioning. Like the performance of office bearers. How are they functioning? What expectations do people have from them? Do they meet those criteria? From that, you evaluate and come with results, then you will be able to improve the performance of the organization. If you pose question here because of the member, some can decide to say, what is the problem of the organization? Why is the organization not working? Some feel upset, some feel other reason not to say. But if you review individually, you will be able to get useful information. What they think, what can be improved, what is functional, what is not functional. This is just my,
No, thank you very much. Please, this is a great recommendation, and again, this has been captured very well. Hopefully, we will look into that, one way of reviewing ourselves. I'm going to give this chance to the chair of the committee here. She will just have something very brief to say, and then I'm going to pass there are two questions to the panel, and hopefully they can answer that and move on. Thank you.
Well, thank you, John. Salam takum wahid. Let me start by this. Gideon Gale, the Gideon will never go Malu Hole, Nasma Ketiri Hina. There conference there, Kangura for Regina. Something happened in that man, Kalam Shirifilukira, Kalasuga conference should be cancelled. We came together for Edmonton Gale Jama. It is not right. Team of volunteers here and there, we made it happen. That's why we are here. Umbari, itamafi, but I appreciated the people who were able to help us to put all this thing together. That's the answer for you. Second answer, because Equatorians there. I am the head of the organizing committee. I contacted some of the tribal leaders. The answer that I get, Equatoria ESSCA takum damu lanuna shuru for all these years. Anna stefit shuru in ESSCA. These are our own Equatorians telling us, we come willingly as proud Equatorians to come and push this thing ahead, because we have children who are already in the university and they are asking, what did you guys do for us? Where do we belong? See, that's one of the reasons I joined when Madam President Honoria asked me to join, to be the Women and Youth Representative. Then, and I'll come to that part why I say that. 2016 conference has in Edmonton, and I want everybody to hear this. I was there. I asked Yajama, when you bari, my bari people, when you nakanga lugar bari, lugar takira, and the answer I got is very big. Kelim lana zere. I hope everybody understands Arabic. Gali bari sitimu asankira bari mabi shterik fi conference de. Kan bari akita fi conference de, they come individually. Temana my mother is a bari, so do I have to Abaja bari sitimu munusitimu bari. Gali fi 2016. Zola Kelim Kalambe, I hope he will come here and inform office that can ESSCA apologize, but Magi get involved in Hajata ESSCA. If we look at the picture, as indigenous tribes, the Equatorial region, where is Bari? Is Bari not part of Equatoria? And nothing come with the 18 tribes in Equatoria. Bari Talabara Galun Zalanim, it has a land in Munufijua ESSCA. And not just volunteers, and not volunteer time. And I do young. I divide myself between Shokol, and the meetings and the Zoom meetings and all this. Akuta John, thank you very much for being there with us. And Tinta online there. Keranama playing Pano, join us. Know what is happening. How can we move this organization forward? Musu drop the blame. Zambia Taishuru, for example, for coming up and telling them, let us do this. And then somebody, even my own Pajuru people, Gari, Tandeke Lana Gari, Unimata Tabonas. Okay. Unless Pajuru is no longer part of Equatorial, but as long as your tribe falls within that region, we will back you. But as long as you live in Canada, you are part of ESSCA. So, Yajamat Talkapro. Shukran.
And just going to go back to the channel now. Feeding in Swala Asaluki. I hope it's an answer to ESSCA is a non-profit organization and registered. So, can I ask you that for Bruce? The fruit, you could feel it because it's a charitable thing. So, that will be answered to some extent. And then there was a question asked by our brother from outside Canada who actually serves for our quiz. How ESSCA government review the performance every time? Otherwise, so I think I will just give the panel here to answer one of those questions. Which one you would like to pick? Thank you.
Okay, I can answer both. ESSCA is a non-profit organization that is registered with Industry Canada, but it's not charitable. So we cannot issue receipts. We are trying to do that, but so we go higher kidamtin so higher than the tala our higher kidamtin then we will become charitable. That the new office is going to work on that. The second question about the gentleman from Norway. Yes, after every conference, we sit down and we evaluate our performance or the conference. One of the recommendations that we had was, yes, from P100 staff, I can tell you, and I don't want to discourage somebody coming to the office, like if you get elected to this office, it doesn't become West Vitesse, otherwise we'll have nobody working with you. So, I tell you, you will try to convince people to come and work with you. Oh no, you will have all the excuses after. No, it takes time to be able to convince people to come and work with you. So, you have to be good Fidesa. That's all I can say. And then the other thing is, Margaret did ask a question. Margaret, so, Margaret, I'm just going to try to. You did put in years, like they didn't file properly. And then the other thing is, I need to do some corrections. Some was never in the office. Some was a volunteer when we had a conference here. So Joseph Kichere was the chair of the organizing committee, and was helping Kichere to organize the conference that happened here in Edmonton. Elko was my secretary general, and that history is very long. We don't want to talk about that one. The only thing is, I was able to hang in there. Like Beba said, if you don't have that, if you cannot hang in there, but just tell of Jaffe office, I can get it. So that's what I can say. But it's tough. One of the other good things that Alcan has in a conference, Alcan here in Edmonton, that was the best conference. We had a surplus of at least $6,000. And that was the only conference where we raised about $849 that was specifically earmarked for humanitarian purposes, and we were able to use half of that to be able to send to some of our Equatorians in Khartoum when they had problems. One of the things that made that conference very successful, I'll be honest, is the presence of the bishop pulled in all the people who are Christians from Calgary, Edmonton, Saskatoon. School were Christians there because the bishop was here. They came for the conference. We had a lot of people. Phoebe Dyer, when we were still organizing the conference, I remember we were discussing whether the conference should continue or not. The number of people who had registered, we were so much discouraged, but just a week towards the conference, we were thrown off completely. And in Akilat al-Nakan that we had ordered, Matimunas. Nas Jerry Kubufokomoyo, Matimunas. Whatever they did, Matimunas. Because there were too many people at that time. The other thing during that conference, the Diocese of Edmonton here, the bishop here, Marade, she offered the bishop accommodation, and that was about $600 and something towards accommodation. The Diocese of Edmonton, of Calgary, the Bishop of Calgary, they gave us $3,000 towards the ticket of the bishop to come here. So we got donations at that time. That, in a way, that was one of the best conferences, and probably until now, Kamfi Kurusvi Kazna to ESSCA is a little bit from Edmonton, from 2016, honestly. So, am I forgetting something?
Thank you.
Can members access the report?
Yes.
I got a question. How many of you have gone to the ESSCA website?
Oh, impressive, that little boy.
Yeah, so that is where you can access documents and reports. Now, if all the reports are not there, like I did check the website, some of the reports are not there. So it will be incumbent upon the new office to make sure that the website is well maintained and is well updated. Now, regarding the discussions, I think, again, this will be like a recommendation to the next office, how they chart out the programming. Supplementary to that, I think it might be necessary to think how long the kids can be kept here, because this is one of the impediments. When the youth come, 8 hours, 10 hours, they're not coming back next time. So there has to be a strategy. Maybe the youth program should be the first, and let them go. And then let us do our thing. So that might be one of the solutions that might attract them. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, go ahead.
I think it was Babu that asked about the charitable status. I think Osvaldo is here. He's the right person to answer to that.
Yeah, sure. Osvaldo, you want to just touch on the sport of the charity for the focus of the question?
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, thank you, brother. I think it's a very important question. Yes, of course, maybe I talked a little bit. I was the chair of the campaign for a charitable. We managed to generate about 6,000. And yeah, it's roughly about 6,000 that we have right now with the ESSCA account. As committee, our mandate was to solicit the funds, prepare the paperwork, and the board of directors, as the president, would be the signatory for that charitable to go to Oro, to Revenue Canada. Not to go to details, we encountered a hindrance in one of the members. I think the thing that lured us is because we didn't ask. This is a legal document. So somebody put the name, but had some hindrance in order to submit their contacts. You have to have no criminal record, basically. So we didn't know that. So I don't want to go into details into it. The campaign is parked with the office of ESSCA. The money is there. The paperwork has been submitted to the lawyers. And it's just a matter of signing the document. It's a matter of signing a document. It's probably with the incoming office. From the timeline the lawyers gave us, it's between 3 to 6 months. We'll have our charitable number.
Thank you.
It's very, very important. You know, since today we're electing a person to run, and in one of the nomination forms, we have included a check there whether you have a criminal record or not. So it's a legal document. Every time you do a paper here, it's a legal document. So hopefully with the incoming office, within maybe 6 months, we'll have a charitable number.
Thank you.
That's it.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I think the panel has already exhausted. Oh, you have something to say? Okay, just quickly.
So I'm just going to take 1 minute from your time. What I want to share with you, we always have challenges of having youth with us. Look at us. We're all parents. Where's our kids? We have 25, 26, 28 kids. Al-Gishib carry after us. They're not here. We need to know why. Maybe we need to talk to these families. You know? It's a challenge to other people. Some women are single, some men are single raising kids. We need to look into that. Those are the things that when this thing is finished, Mark need to evaluate and see why. Because we need them. Well, again, it's sad. So there must be something that needs to be done. city. Maybe they give when the time with a break, they can dance, they are talented kids. Let's give them opportunity to show us something. So this is just my personal opinion. I see the Algi host conference. Sino ta kalanga hamsa seben barata eyane. Kere eyane invite a woman. Kere wori no ngarmo bamul. What they can offer to ESSCA and on that in that city, so they can rearrange and improve program and all that stuff. Then we give them space. I am halmo bamul. Bega bagida give them invite. Bega oh hasso. And then who's the couple who have been like in there? Sebuta kumon kere manda for groups. You know, because we have big families as a South Sudanese. We can afford to pay all that money. So ESSCA has to do something to let these kids come because we want to see them. We want them to show we want to see their talent. So please do that or think about that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, India. Always valuable information. Boys, Annaji is someone of us boys at the next film. Lakin, I just wanted to, before we concluded, first of all, I want to give a big thank you to Nas al volunteer Jagini Gidamini Sharishari Mahum al Kalamat al Mulgalo. So let's give them a big round of applause, please. Also, Malish Ibera put a few questions and then suggestions later, and then the dynamics change a little bit. My apologies on that. Maybe next time we can do better. All right? That is number one. Number two, there is a lot of great recommendations and suggestions given here. Trust me, I've been listening. These things can go far away if we take them serious. Hopefully, Martha Day, with the help of this recording, to revise it and implement. Now, already some of these revitalization activities in Nagam is already taking place. Like for example, today Nagam conference David Hall. Instead of doing it in hotels, these things are happening. Few people talk about things to do with evaluation on a basis performance. Our brother Gideon talked about some great recommendations, including maybe nowadays half of the day. You see, today we didn't get everybody, and I'm quite sure like in Maraja, inshallah, these are things we need to improve on those. Talk about timing with the schedule, how the program should be done, and all these things. So these are great information. Now, before I release you guys, I just wanted to add one thing. And I can just tell you, the bell. Can you solve that? Yeah, the like it matters. Get what I got, Barshar, Faida, and Basco. Like in Asana, Let me say this. I'm just going to come from a very simple perspective. ESSCA is an organization. Regardless, a business organization or a non-profit. In order for us to be a part of this organization, and this is something Mela or everybody can correct us down the road. In order to progress, it allows them to nastakide. If I ask a question, including me, how many of us is actually a member of ESSCA? You see the number? Today, it's a ESSCA. Are you a member? It's a group. Membership. To start anything, to be effective, you have to have membership. So that when you say something, it will be taken serious. Because you're a member. You have the right. Have the voting like you are any organization that starts, it has to have membership. So that accountability, transparency, you have the full right. Not everybody in Equatorial is a member of ESSCA. You are not by default. No. My ESSCA into responsibilities, into services, into that is why we better statistics. Sometimes planning. Even when we talk about strategic planning, who are you strategizing for? Remember, when? Then go with them. So we have to be serious. We have to get very basic. Very basic. So one other thing is that I mean, you better get all bonus membership. And I give it to them the bonus and I begin no more and I'm a member. And I'm not a member. And I mean, you have a stem with a member, monthly. And I must get some near time ways and I know how you waste. Like I don't know, what I care for, I should come back. Serious? No, you're not a member. You don't decide the fate of the organization. So, and again, encourage that in order, sometimes again is the now bonus come serious. You want to go to the next step. Number one step, stem yourself. I am a member of this organization. I have the right to say whatever I want based on the Constitution. And then, answer it. Then you say, hey, you are violating right with your organization. This is very simple. Maths, mathematics, science, no. To be a part of something, you have to subscribe as a member officially. And I hope Maktab Al-Gijade should take this step very serious. Otherwise, I'm not going to say any social group, accountability. So thank you for listening to this thing. If I say something that step on Quratazol, I'm going to ask it. Lakin, say my talk, and this is and this is our house. Let us put it in order. So with that being said, I just want to recognize as members all of us for this patience. This is the only session Al Juru Tahatasa. Wanna go to the Chananas, Itakon Modi, next to Sabda Kitir, lay land to God to land is a So with that being said, I know that I will be handing over and I would like our panel to say thank you in your own ways and go back to where you were sitting earlier. Thank you very much.